Ethan never considered himself a morning person, but ever since he discovered the Bean and Brew, the little coffee shop on Main Street, he somehow found himself waking up early just to be there. Of course, it wasn't just the coffee that drew him in, it was her. Riley had been working at the cafe for nearly a year, and Ethan had been smitten from the first time she handed him his caramel macchiato with a warm smile. Her green eyes sparkled whenever she laughed, and she always had a witty comeback ready. She was different, carefree, adventurous, and effortlessly beautiful. Every morning, Ethan would walk in, and Riley would already have his order memorized. "Good morning, Ethan," she greeted one chilly autumn morning, wrapping her hands around a steaming mug. "The usual," he chuckled, shoving his hands in his jacket pockets. "You know me too well." She grinned as she prepared his drink. "Well, you're consistent. I respect that." Ethan watched her, his heart pounding. He had thought about asking her out for months but always chickened out at the last second. Today, though, he had promised himself he would. As she placed his cup on the counter, Ethan cleared his throat. "Hey, Riley, I was wondering if you'd want to." Before he could finish, the door swung open, and a group of customers filed in, laughing and chatting loudly. Riley shot him an apologetic look as she rushed off to help them. Ethan sighed, picking up his cup. Then, he noticed something different. Scribbled in black marker on the side of the cup was a phone number, along with a tiny heart. His eyes widened. He looked back at Riley, who gave him a knowing smirk before turning back to the espresso machine. Maybe she had been waiting for him, too. They met for dinner at a quiet Italian restaurant a few days later. The conversation flowed effortlessly, laughter filling the space between bites of pasta and stolen glances. "So, tell me," Ethan said, resting his chin on his hand. "Why coffee?" Riley took a sip of her wine, thinking. "It's not just coffee, it's the people. I love meeting new faces, hearing their stories, guessing what kind of day they're having just by the way they order." She tilted her head, smiling. "Like you. Caramel macchiato, extra drizzle. Means you like a little adventure but still play it safe." Ethan raised an eyebrow. "Oh yeah, what do you get from that?" She leaned in, her voice teasing. "It means you're waiting for something. Or someone." Ethan felt his heart skip a beat. Maybe I was. They spent the rest of the night walking through the city, stopping at a small bookstore Riley loved, and then ending the night on a rooftop parking lot, watching the skyline glow against the dark sky. As the cool breeze brushed past them, Ethan hesitated before reaching for her hand. She didn't pull away. One date turned into two. Then three. Then weeks of late-night talks, road trips to nowhere, and spontaneous adventures. Riley showed Ethan how to break out of his routine, while he showed her the beauty of quiet, simple moments. One night, as they sat on Ethan's couch watching an old movie, Riley turned to him. "You know, I was hoping you'd ask me out first." Ethan laughed. "Then why didn't you say something?" She shrugged, grinning. "I wanted to see how long it would take you." "Oh, so you were testing me?" he teased, pulling her closer. She smirked. "And you passed." Months later, Ethan